certainly no slouch. The speed of the dart, but I think that's what cost Van Gerwen in the end in that last game. 4-0 up, all of a sudden Andy Hamilton, slow, methodical, and Michael just couldn't seem to get into the game for long periods after
140.
that.
I think Hamilton actually tried to slow it down and did slow it down even more than normal, but that's all fair enough. Van Gerwen in the end couldn't cope with it. He had his chances, but
121.
63% checkout success rate will win you most games, and it won Andy Hamilton that match. So Hamilton will play either Taylor or Lewis in the quarterfinals. Whitlock or
91.
Baxter here, lining up a clash with Gary Anderson on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we've certainly got some cracking games coming up here on ITV4 in the seaside town of Minehead here at Butlins. Everybody enjoying themselves in this 4,000 capacity crowd. Really getting into the action and the tournament and the spirit of this event in its first year. And Whitlock looking at the first maximum. I'm sure there'll be a few, but not this time yet from the Wizard.
Simon, you require 130.
Fantastic venue, isn't it? Really is impressive. Whitlock looking at 130. Treble leads the ball. So Baxter has a crack at this.
90.
To hold his throw.
Yeah,
Ronnie, you require
the favourite down at the dog and
120.
duck, this one, Stuart. Shanghai, as they call it, in the vocabulary of darts. Let's move over just to the left here. That's a great dart from Baxter. Tops for Baxter a 120,
100.
just underneath.
Simon, you require
He was willing
40.
that one in, Stuart. It just didn't go in.
The Whitlock, same target.
Game
No
Charles
mistake.
in the first leg.
If Simon Whitlock's finishing, Ronnie Baxter will have it
Second
all
leg,
to do.
Simon to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, so good the venue, as we said, and even on the back of this one already, there's another tournament in March, a European Tour event. So it just shows you the crowd have certainly
100.
come down here, and I'm sure they'll come again in March for this fabulous tournament. Everybody's really enjoyed it. Still plenty of action to come.
Well, quarterfinals
140.
Sunday afternoon, as it stands. Peter Wright against Kim Huybrechts. Justin Pipe will play either Steve Beaton or Mervyn King. Whitlock or Baxter against Anderson.
121.
Taylor or Lewis against Andy Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm sure with Michael Van Gerwen going out, he spoiled a few people's
140.
bets over there. He was certainly one of the favourites after his recent form. Andy Hamilton has been, what a scrapper. Showed his promise in getting to that World Final last year in the Premier League.
125.
Oh, he knows he's got the armoury.
Well, yes, Hamilton reached the semi-final to the Premier League. Whitlock got through to the final after beating Hamilton in the semi-final, just edged out by Phil Taylor
Simon, you require
at the O2
155.
in May.
Yeah, such a good finisher, Simon Whitlock. Treble 17 will leave double 12, and he hits it.
131.
So Baxter had one dart at 120 in the first leg. Will he get one at 121 in the second? And that will be ball for Baxter. Well, he's
96.
wired again.
Simon,
Could have
you
been
require
2-0 up.
24.
Could go 2-0 down.
Last dart in hand.
Game
It's
Charles
a
in the
big
second
blow for
leg.
Baxter.
Simon
It really
Whitlock.
is.
Third
A
leg,
dance
Ronnie
to
to
win
throw first.
Both the opening
Game
two
on.
legs, and finds himself 2-0 down.
Yeah, big blow for Baxter
57.
there. And it just shows you sometimes when that dart goes in. He's had one dart in the first leg, one in the second, 2-0 down. Can be so different, can be so cruel this game sometimes, Stuart.
140.
But when it's not your day, it's not your day.
Well, we've seen glimpses again this year. It's been
85.
an in-out year for Baxter, hasn't it? You know, we got to the semi-finals, if you remember, of the World Match Play in the summer at Blackpool, and in the end he gave Taylor a real run for his money before Taylor won the match. But the best of Baxter,
41.
he'll be the first to admit we don't see as often as possibly we'd like to.
Well, the famous word in this game, the old consistency. That's what it's down to, but he's managed to
100.
stay in the TV tournaments well. Plenty of superheroes there in the audience. We've got two superheroes here on stage, giving the action to the audience and everybody at home.
26.
Simon Whitlock, two poor visits there. Giving Baxter a little bit of a chance here. And we've said so often, Stu, it's so important to get that first leg on the board. When it's still nil, you're still thinking,
97.
Well,
you're still chasing.
you look at Van Gerwen 4-0 up against Hamilton, sat on 88 to make it 5-0, which would have been 3 breaks of throw and game
58.
over, I think. But Hamilton takes out 116, and then it all changed. You've got to hang in there and give yourself every chance, which Baxter is doing in this leg.
Yeah, it can change so often
38.
this game. And it's such a big momentum sport. It really, really is. When you start hitting the big scores and hitting the double on your first visit,
100.
the confidence
Ronnie, you require
oozes through your
124.
veins.
Well, had a crack at 120 in the opening leg, 121 in the second leg. Whitlock here.
Well, he's back on 136, Stuart.
42.
So it's 2 darts, isn't it?
But it's a great finish, isn't it, for the top players, this?
Not this time, but he'll certainly single 19 will leave the double.
96. Ronnie, you require 82.
Well, should go for the ball for double 16. Well, he's missed that, so it's definitely the ball this time to get himself on the board. And again,
40.
he's had 1 dart. 1 at the top,
Simon, you
1 at ball,
require
1 at bull
40.
in the third.
He pays the price.
shot.
Yeah,
to the
Whitlock
third
cleans
leg.
up again, Stuart.
Simon
3-0 it is. 2 breaks of throw.
Whitlock.
And
Simon to throw
big
first.
advantage now
Game
for Simon Whitlock. Of course, and his major breakthrough in September. Come so close on so many occasions to winning
100.
one of dart's major prizes. Well, he cracked it in Germany, winning the European Championship, beating Wes Newton in the final. Since then, he's been in really good
100.
form. He's won 2 Pro Tour events. He's won a big European event, didn't he? The Dutch Masters as well. And he's in really good form at the right time of the year.
He certainly is, and on cue, hits the maximum.
180.
Well, we've just seen the elves on tour, the Richard Ashdown fan club, cheering everybody
60.
on. Lots of fancy dress here tonight here at Minehead. Holiday atmosphere. No, he's already had 1 maximum. No, not this time, but he's looking good for 4-0 here, Stuart,
99.
and looking very ominous for Baxter. Not the fact that he's behind, he's just not playing his normal game, only averaging middle 80s.
100.
Which you've got to say isn't good enough
Simon, you require
at this stage of a
122.
tournament.
Not going to go for it, is he? No.
82.
He thought about it, didn't he? He thought about it. Playing the percentages, he knows he's got a bit of time here.
60. Simon, you require 40.
Brilliant.
Team shot and a full flag.
4-0
Simon
it
Whitlock.
is, averaging 100.
Good leg, Ronnie, to
And the
throw
rocket
first.
is
Game on.
spluttering. And at this rate, he's going to get blown away in double quick time. 4-0 to Simon Whitlock. And Baxter has to produce darts like this. And a lot more of the same if he wants to get back into this match.
Just needs to get this leg, doesn't he? We saw it with Hamilton. It rejuvenated him for the rest of the match. Can it do the same to Baxter?
100.
Maximum, but he needs to follow up. Just make sure he wins the leg. Doesn't matter if he falls over the line. Well, that's 4 perfect darts. That's 5. Ooh, almost just
140.
above. Well, wry smile there from the Rocket.
It's almost nonchalant, wasn't it? The way he threw those last 3 darts.
81.
Well, it's Baxter from Lancashire. It's Whitlock who's the hot pot at the moment. 4-0 ahead.
105.
Taylor against Lewis to come. Lewis, who became a dad for the second time today.
140.
Huge
Ronnie
weight
requires
off his shoulders,
76.
arrived here about 2 hours ago. And could well put some pressure on. Double 18 for Baxter.
Charge and a fifth leg. Ronnie
wins a
Baxter.
leg. That's much more like it. Well, he knows.